Best games in first-person camera coming out in 2025 and beyond. Games like first-person shooter, RPG, horror games, and much more. Hope you liked the video, thumbs up, subscribe for more videos every day here, and let's go. Doom: The Dark Ages is a brand new journey of Doom Slayer after Doom Eternal. That was an insane game. Again, it's being developed by ID Software, the studio that brought us the series, and is to this day an insane studio. Doom is a fast-paced FPS game, with the focus in the gameplay, with a very brutal combat and motions. In the game you control Doom Slayer, the only defensor of Earth capable of fighting the demons. Now we're going to explore the medieval era, with new guns, features, enemies, and much more, and of course still with the classic stuff. But to see this new masterpiece we'll need to wait until May 20th, 2025, as the game is coming out for Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC.
Ark has brought you 10 years of unforgettable adventure. All of those journeys, those fights for survival, have been... Are you ready?
Ark Aquatica is not a totally new game, but a big expansion to the original Ark Survival Evolved. The studio developing it is the Snail Games USA, and it's coming out in June 2025, with no specific day yet. The platforms are not totally confirmed yet, but I believe it's coming out to the platforms where you can play Ark, at least the modern ones. Yes, the trailer was created by AI, what disappointed all fans, and it seems that it wasn't the studio that did it, but a marketing team. But it shall be really fun to explore the sea and find multiple water dinosaurs. The Lost Wild is a new sort of survival horror set in a mix of modern age with the dinosaurs age. The studio developing it is Great Ape Games, and the game got no release date yet, maybe 2025 or 2026, and it's only confirmed for PC so far. A survival horror adventure about overcoming nature's most formidable forms of life. Explore overgrown research facilities nestled in a lush wilderness. Be resourceful, intimidate, evade, and unravel the mystery at the heart of the island. So if you like horror and dinosaurs, this game shall be really interesting for you.
This city is a miracle of progress. A finely tuned, delicately balanced machine. But it only takes one rebellious little gear to ruin.
Clockwork Revolution is a new FPS game inspired in the classic and iconic BioShock. The game is being developed by the studio Inxile Entertainment, a Xbox game studio, and is confirmed to Xbox Series X and S and Windows. The release date is not confirmed yet, but is believed to be in 2025 or 2026. Embark on a grand adventure in the steampunk metropolis of Avalon, wielding an incredible invention that allows you to travel into the past and influence key events, altering the course of history. So if you like FPS games with an interesting storyline and a good combat, this is a game that you should keep an eye out for. In my opinion, it looks promising.
Time where I will not destroy you.
Oh no. What did I do?
Borderlands 4 is the new adventure of the most acclaimed looter-shooter series. It's an FPS series with some RPG mechanics, and it's being developed by Gearbox Software. If you've never played some game of the series, it's a fun and unique FPS experience with quirky characters and a very fun progression, especially if you play with some friends. This promises to be the greatest Borderland experience. The series is known for being unique and really fun, and this new game is coming out in September 23, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows.
Your cortisol levels are elevated. Something's interfering, detecting temporal anomaly. Processing.
Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss is a new single-player game set in the universe of the legend Cthulhu. A mining station in the Pacific Abyss is no longer responding. As an investigator of the occult, unravel the mysteries of the deep. Test your wits and sanity in this thriller inspired by the Master of Providence. The game is being developed by the studio Big Bad Wolf and will be published by Nacon. The game shall be released in some moment of 2026 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation, and Windows. If you like the universe and stories created by H.P. Lovecraft and also like atmospheric single-player games, this is one that you really need to keep an eye out for, cause it looks promising.
The knowledge, it's beautiful.
Ferocious is a beautiful and immersive first-person shooter, but the main point here is you won't just face humans, but also dinosaurs, with very cool visuals. The game is being developed by the studio Omeog, and in the game we'll be shipwrecked on a mysterious island, and there we must survive the hostile creatures. That looks really good, by the way, and also humans, mercenaries exploring that mysterious island. The game got realistic graphics with a very nice prop modelation, and also environments that looks absolutely realistic, but the game has no release date yet and is coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC.
Instinction, D. It's an ambush! Fall back! Fall back! We need reinforcements! Cover! Bravo Charlie, Tiger!
La Quimera is a new sci-fi first-person shooter game announced in 2025. The game is set in a futuristic world, with a beautiful graphic and a fluid gameplay style. It's being developed by the studio Reborn, and will be coming out only on Windows, at least so far, but there's no release date yet. La Quimera is a story-driven FPS set in dystopian future Latin America. In a fractured world where microstates rely on mercenary forces, you are an operative caught in a web of lies and deception. Play alone or with up to 2 friends geared with futuristic weapons, exoskeletons, and combat abilities. Now tell me, is it just me or it also reminded you of Crysis? Well, that was a fun series, so sad that EA killed it. Let's hope this is a good game and release on the consoles too.
Their hate were nothing. You are the frog in a pot, boiling so slowly. You don't even know what's happening. But I'm here.
Judas is the new first-person shooter developed by the creator of BioShock series, the famous Ken Levine. The studio developing it is Ghost Story Games, and the game is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. It was supposed to be released in March of 2025, but it was postponed, and now it got no release date, but shall be released in some moment of 2025. A disintegrating starship, a desperate escape plan. You are the mysterious and troubled Judas. Your only hope for survival is to make or break alliances with your worst enemies. Will you work together to fix what you broke, or will you leave it to burn? The story shall be complex and intriguing, just like BioShock series is.
Free. Whether you like it or not.
Battlefield 6 is finally the new Battlefield game after Battlefield 2042. It's being developed by DICE and some other studios, and shall be released in 2025 or 2026 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows.
I wish I hadn't come here for this.
Instinction is an insane upcoming first-person shooter. The main difference of this game is that it's not a usual FPS game, but one with dinosaurs. What's not so unique? We've seen some before already, but this one got some absolutely realistic dinosaurs in a matter of graphics and motions. Not that we know how dinosaurs really were, but the game is insane. It's being developed by the studio Hashbane Interactive, and is aimed to be released in 2025, but there's no release date yet, and it'll be released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. And it's probably going to be a game that will be remembered for its graphics.
After all this death, if you had the chance to do it all.
AILA is an interesting and unique first-person survival horror game, and the idea of the game sounds really interesting, as you will see here, and it's being developed by Pulsatrix Studios. In the game we'll control a game tester in a future world, so the VR games will be the main idea for the story. So in some moment the experience of the game will be also part of the reality that will end up becoming a true horror. The most interesting thing here is that the game will mix a game, in the game, and the reality of the game, so we'll surely see a lot of different places and times during the game. What sounds really fun. The game is coming out probably in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC.
Screams drawing me in. Better use the pendulum.
The Occultist is a new horror game that looks really interesting. It's being developed by the studio Delaware and shall be released in some moment of 2026 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game is set in a dark and atmospheric universe, and the gameplay shall mix realistic graphics and a first-person camera, a true survival horror experience, with hide and sneak mechanics, with good characters, puzzles and an immersive soundtrack. Images are engraved in my mind that would make any man tremble in fear, but I am not just any man. I am the Occultist. Accompany Alan Rebels on his most terrifying occult investigation yet in this spine-chilling horror experience. If you like survival horror games, this looks interesting.
Our limitations as human beings prevent us from really seeing what is there.
Shepkowski calling on a recorded line. I can't tell you everything over the phone, but you need to come down here tonight, please. 6 p.m. I'll let you into the building. Place will be empty.
Compound Fracture is a modern first-person shooter game, but resembles classic first-person shooter of the start of 2000s. Even reminded me of the classic Turok games. That was really fun. The game is being developed by the studio Ateria Games and is only confirmed to PC so far, but there's no official release date, maybe 2025 or even later. In the forests of an untouched planet, there is a lone installation, a game that looks really fun for the fans of classic boomer shooter FPS games.
We sent in a team 2 weeks ago. Nothing. Chronogas is ready to cut their losses and shut the portal down, even if that means leaving hundreds of people for dead. You'll hear on the news that they died in an oil rig explosion or something, and nobody, not you or OSHA...
My dad tells stories of a terrible war that happened across the sky. Heroes fought and died to give us a chance to start over. All that I know from their Earth are the creatures they sent along with us. And here on Arat, every day is a fight to survive.
Ark 2 is the next big game of the beloved survival series. It was announced a long time ago, but so far we didn't see much about the game. But it's confirmed to Xbox Series X and S, and PC. A PlayStation 5 version is not confirmed yet. Suddenly awakened on a primal world filled with dinosaurs and humans struggling for dominance, you must team up with legendary heroes to confront powerful dark forces. Saddle up and join the definitive next-gen survival experience with Ark 2.
A rare piece of drift technology has been detected somewhere in the canyon. We need you to retrieve it for study. Well done, folks. Your sentence has been reduced by 100 days.
Is your work so relentless, little scout?
The scout's job is to explore...
Luna Abyss is an upcoming FPS game set in the famous bullet hell style. If you don't know it, it's one of those games that there'll be a lot of projectiles and things to avoid in combat, just like some boss fights in Cuphead. It's being developed by the studio Bonsai Collective and got no release date yet, maybe 2025 or 2026, and it'll be available on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. A single-player story-driven action-adventure with fluid platforming and bullet hell combat. Follow the journey of Fox, a prisoner of Luna caught between a cryptic prophecy and their prison sentence. The game features a fast and tight gameplay with challenging combat moments set in an immersive universe.
I hope this will be our last journey and bring us richness and freedom. But what's the value of human freedom if it's to face hell? This way.
The Mound Omen of Cthulhu is a new co-op game set in the universe of the famous Cthulhu. The game is being developed by the Studio Ace team and will be published by Nacon. It shall be released in some moment of 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. In up to 4-player co-op, form a group of explorers searching for treasure. In this cursed jungle, danger is everywhere and monstrous creatures alter reality. Stay clear-headed and tame the jungle before it devours you. The game shall envelope adventure with horror, since it's a horror universe, and in the gameplay trailer it looks like a sort of Left 4 Dead. That's a beloved style, but it's been kind of forgotten nowadays in my opinion. But let's hope that this is a good game.
We begin by hearing an old, wise-sounding voice. And we see a quiet, peaceful setting. This will make our game seem big and important. Something must break the serenity. Will this creature be in the game? No. Say goodbye to it forever. Suddenly, and for no reason, people running.
The Outer Worlds 2 is a new sci-fi FPS RPG, and will obviously be a sequel to the first game, and it's again being developed by Obsidian Entertainment. We know that the Obsidian released Avowed this year, and now they're surely working on the development of the Outer Worlds 2, and it's probably going to be in the same style of the original game, a fun open-world adventure. The game has no release date yet, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series X and S, Windows, and PlayStation 5, so if you played the first one on PlayStation and thought that the second wouldn't be there, yes, it will.
And like all good sequels, we've included everything that should have been in the first game. More action. More weapons. And more graphics.
The tracks lead this way.
He's close. Stay here. Stand guard.
If you push too much, you might unleash the beast.
Dying Like the Beast is a standalone adventure from the original games, and it's being developed by Techland. In case you don't know how it works, it's an open world filled with zombies, so you need to survive using different types of weapons, which you can explore for more. But the most interesting part of the game is the gameplay itself, with a first-person camera and insane parkour movements. For the ones who like especially the first Dying Light, you should keep an eye out for this game, and it's coming out for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Windows, and Xbox Series X and S, but there's no release date yet, but probably still in 2025.
A clue, a lead. What more? Eureka! This is a real mouse changer. Time to play detective.
Mouse PI for Hire is a first-person shooter with investigation mechanics in the universe of Mickey. Yeah, you heard it right, Mickey Mouse. It's being developed by the studio Fumi Games and shall be released still in 2025, but with no release date yet, and it'll be available on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and Windows. Join private investigator Jack Pepper on a guns-blazing, jazz-fueled adventure in Mouse PI. Mouse combines the charm of hand-drawn rubber hose animation inspired by the classic cartoons of the 1930s with the adrenaline and action of an explosive first-person shooter. The game looks stylish and fun, and I'm really hyped about it.
Looks like we just hit the jackpot.
This place was always dangerous. And weird. Policy and procedure used to keep us in. We need a new approach.
FBC Firebreak is a game that will probably surprise you. Well, it's a co-op FPS game, up to 3 players in the universe of Alan Wake and Control. Yes, the Remedy games. It's obviously being developed by Remedy Entertainment and is planned to be released in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. A 3-player cooperative first-person shooter set within a mysterious federal agency under assault by otherworldly forces. So if you like the mysteries of this dark and interesting universe, and also like to play co-op FPS games with your friends, this is surely an experience you gotta have. Or even in case you don't know the universe, but like mysterious stories, this one shall be insane.
Welcome to Firebreak.
possession of a radioactive device. Stop Carrington's attack at all costs. Good luck, Agent.
I could see the world differently. I thought it would be like any other mission. Find the truth. Scan's clear. I'm going in blind. Carrington! Damn it!
Perfect Dark is the returning of an old and classic first-person shooter video game series. The new game is being developed by the studio The Initiative, a new Xbox game studio, and looks really interesting. The game got no release date yet, but is believed to be released in 2026, and the platforms confirmed are Xbox Series X and S and Windows, but a PlayStation 5 version is not unbelievable, I'd say. The gameplay features a good combat, with different weapons and gadgets, but also an immersive stealth system, allowing you to complete the missions in different ways, making the game even more special in my opinion. The graphics are really beautiful, with nice visuals and great constructions in this futurist experience.
I hope you're ready, Agent Dark.
Are you all seeing this?
Once you open this door, there's no going back.
Metroid Prime 4 is a FPS game of Metroid series. The first one was a true success, and this one is being immensely anticipated, and it's being developed by Retro Studios, Nintendo. Almost 20 years after the third Metroid Prime, we'll finally see a brand new huge and thrilling adventure of Samus Aran, the famous galaxy bounty hunter, so prepare to experience one of the biggest games of this series. We know that Nintendo games are usually games with extreme quality, and this will probably be the same. If you want to play it, know that it's coming out in some moment of 2025, only on Nintendo Switch 1 and 2.
Don't worry about anything. What's the point of putting your life on the line if you're not having a little fun?
If you're not willing to sacrifice everything, then you don't want it bad enough.
Splitgate 2 is the next game of this series, an online FPS series that mixes a lot of mechanics from different games. Here you'll see things from Halo series, Portal, Call of Duty, and more, but it feels really fun here. There are different modes in the game, but the structure is a fast and fluid online FPS game, where players fight each other in different places with different weapons. It's really fun. The game is being developed by the Studio 1047 Games, and is confirmed to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One, and Series XS, and Windows, and it'll be released in some moment of 2025, and totally for free, just like the first game was.
Gotcha.
Deathground is a dinosaur horror game, with 1 to 4 players, that throws players into a desperate battle for survival. The game is being developed by the studio Jaw Drop Games and is coming out in some moment of 2025 in its early access version only on PC, at least for now. With team-based objectives, suspenseful gameplay and constant mortal danger round every corner, teamwork and cooperation are essential to survival. So this is that kind of game for you that like to play horror co-op games with your friends, and this one looks fun.
So let me explain the situation. One of our contractors, Edwin Murray, has gone missing, leaving our property abandoned in his warehouse. Your job is simple. Enter the warehouse and retrieve the technology that he was developing for us. It's a kind of prototype anti-character. We suspect it may be malfunctioning, so just be aware of the slim but non-zero chance that you could sustain significant injuries while attempting to retrieve it, including but not limited to death or dismemberment. We fully expect the retrieval process to go smoothly.
Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic is the new game of the beloved horror series. It's being developed by the studio Steel Wool Games, and for the fans of the franchise, you can expect an immersive and charismatic game. It's not an adult horror game, but a fun childish horror game with fun mechanics and nice jump scares. In the story, you be in the abandoned workshop of a manor, and there you must survive the living puppets and solve the mysteries of what happened there, set in a first-person camera and a lot of features. If you like it, it's coming out in June 13, 2025, and so far PlayStation 5 and Windows are the only confirmed, but is probably coming out to other platforms too.
Responsible for damage to property or person. Thank you for being a valued member of the Fazbear team.
The Elder Scrolls 6 is the new journey of the series after Skyrim, but we have no idea when it's coming out. It was announced with Starfield, so it means they're working in this game now, but when it shall be coming out we still don't know. It's being developed by Bethesda, and shall be released on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows.
My dear friend, I am an old man in the twilight of his years. I know now that I will never have the strength to set off again to the Amerzone. My only remaining hope resides in convincing you to go in my stead, to make amends for the wrong I have done to that.
Amerzone: The Explorer's Legacy is a game about exploration and puzzles, set in an immersive universe, with a lot of mysteries and possibilities. The game is being developed by the studio Microid Studio Paris and is coming out in April 24, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. Set off on a quest for the great white birds in a mysterious land full of secrets. Answer the call of exploration as you travel to Amerzone, a forgotten Latin American country, to fulfill the last wishes of a late explorer. So if you like puzzle games, this one looks really good, with impressive visuals and a cozy atmosphere.
There is still time for you to turn back, but if you decide not to, the end of my story is waiting where yours will begin.
Is my valuable customer finally awake?
Many people believe that we have a purpose, as if we had been brought to Tartarus for some reason.
Pioner drops players into a vast, grim world where survival hinges on exploration, crafting, and smart resource management. As an MMOFPS, it offers both PvE missions and intense PvP zones, with unique crafting mechanics, hundreds of weapons and a deep story to explore. The game is being developed by the studio GFA Games, and is coming out in some moment of 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. The universe of the game is huge and complex, with multiple possibilities, since standard missions against normal foes to battles and war against other players, all set in an immersive combat style with makeshift weapons, what resembles games like Fallout, for example. Dinos Reborn is an open-world survival game, probably inspired in the classic Ark and other games. The game is being developed by the Studio Gaming Factory, and it's planned to be released still in 2025, but with no official date yet. Immerse yourself in the world of Dinos Reborn and feel like a dinosaur hunter. Danger awaits you at every turn. Think fast and don't hesitate, because every second lost can turn you from hunter to prey. So you, fan of open survival games to build, craft, and create a whole environment with your friends, keep an eye out for this one, and it's planned to be released in all modern platforms since Xbox One and PS4, but they're not all confirmed. Subnautica 2 is the new game of this beloved series. It's being developed by the studio Unknown Worlds Entertainment, and the early access is coming out still in 2025, but with no release date yet, and it'll be available on Xbox Series X and S and Windows. PlayStation 5 version is not confirmed yet. Like the first game, it'll be set in a water planet where you must explore for finding resources, this way building new tools and ways to survive. The first game was extremely immersive and unique, with that excellent freedom to explore the ocean, finding all types of creatures in there, and the second one will be in the same style, but now the game will allow you to play with friends too. Tempus Triad is a single-player first-person horror dinosaur game. It's being developed by Mendez Z, and it's confirmed to be released until the end of 2025, only on PC for now. In a secret facility located deep within a remote island, scientists experiment with a rare substance capable of manipulating the boundaries of space and time, dark matter. The goal is to create revolutionary technological advancements, but the tests begin to produce anomalies such as the appearance of prehistoric flora and the disappearance of objects, revealing the unpredictable dangers of time manipulation. This is the video, guys. Hope you had fun watching. Thanks for that. Don't forget to leave your comments, like the video, and subscribe. Well, thanks, and so long.